Hello friends, welcome to Affairs Cloud Learn to Lead. This is Ashu and today we will discuss very important current affairs of 20th of November 2021. You can see two best images of the day, but today we will discuss very important and the most important current affairs. So watch this video till last. But I am requesting you all the students, please download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, log in with the email ID, then click on this crack current affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. But how we are covering this current affair? We are providing you daily section. In the daily, you will receive three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. But you can attempt this quiz only on our application on daily basis. Most important is weekly section and we are providing three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. And this quiz can be attempted on our application on weekly basis. Most important is the monthly and we are providing four type of PDFs. One is detail, second is question and answer format, third is best 100 current affairs that is also provided in the form of question and answer, and the pocket PDF. It means 2-liners and the 3-liners current affair will be provided to you so that you can enhance your performance or you can revise these current affairs in quick format. But we are also providing 20 most important topic wise PDF so that you can revise one particular topic or two particular topic from the topic wise PDF. If you are a banking student, we are providing three things. One is detail, second is question and answer format, and third is the quiz section. But all these three things are only related to banking and economy. And you can attempt this quiz only on our application on monthly basis. Next is the past current affair PDF and also known as exam PDF. It means if you want to cover all the past current affair of 2021 just from single PDF, it is just for a revision purpose, then you can use this exam PDF. We are also providing detailed budget and economic survey. Also expected question and answer will be provided to you so that you can revise these current affairs in quick format. And if you are a state student, it means you are appearing for your respective state exam, then we are also providing state current affairs and we are covering every state and union territory. So all these things comes under only one subscription. You have to just download our application Careers Cloud from the description box link. After that, log in with the email ID, then click on this crack current affairs section to subscribe our current affairs for 1 year as well as for 2 years. Both the subscription prices are very much low. But the most important thing that we are providing these current affairs with 10% extra discount. If you use this code ASH10, then you will get 10% extra discount. And if you are a new student, you are just starting your preparation, then I am advising you to subscribe for 2 years. And if you have any query, you can email us or you can call us on this number or email ID. So let's start today's current affair, that is 20th of November 2021. But first of all, you have to like this video, you have to share this video, you have to subscribe this channel now and join a Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. Which country is set to become the first sovereign nation to host world's first virtual reality embassy on metaverse? It means no physical embassy will be established. This is the world's first virtual reality embassy on metaverse platform, and this country is Barbados. So answer of this question is D. So Barbados, a Caribbean island nation, is set to become the world's first sovereign nation to host its embassy, but this is the world's first virtual reality embassy on the metaverse platform. Just remember the question as same as in slide, and answer of this question is Barbados. You can see this is the South America, this is North America in the north here, but in middle you can see here the Center America, but this is Barbados, and the capital is Bridgetown. So Barbados has signed an agreement with Decentraland, a blockchain metaverse platform, to establish a digital embassy. And Barbados is set to open this virtual embassy in January 2022. So the most important question, world's first virtual reality embassy will be opened or will be established by Barbados country, and it is on the metaverse platform. And you can also remember this metaverse is also a name of Facebook. The rebranded name of Facebook is Meta. You can also remember this. Moving to next question. Who won National Book Award 2021 for fictional category? So there are so many categories, like there are 5 type of categories, but I am only talking about fictional category because there are so many categories like non-fictional category, poetry, but we have to answer only in the fictional category. This is most important, but you have to remember 3. One is fictional, second is non-fictional, and third I will tell you. And answer of this question is very simple, and answer is Jason Moth. So answer of this question is B. So this is the 72nd edition of the National Book Award, and it was organized as a virtual event by the National Book Foundation. And in the fictional category, this award won by Jason Moth. And you can also see here Jason Moth and Tia Miles. Tia Miles also won this National Book Award, but in the non-fiction category. So you can see here Jason Moth in the fiction category, and name of the novel is Hell of a Book. Remember, name of the novel is Hell of a Book, and it is a narrative about a black author's adventure while traveling around the book tour. So very important. And in the non-fiction category, I already told you answer of this question is Tia Miles or Tia Miles, and all that she carried, the journey of Ashley Sack, a black family keepsake. So this is the name of the book, and the book features especially the history of family through a cotton sack that an enslaved woman gave to her daughter in the 19th century when they were about to be sold apart. So again, very important. Next, third category you have to remember, it is young people's literature category. And answer of this question is Milanda Low, and name of the novel is Last Night at a Telegraph Club. Again, this book is very important because it is a story of same-sex cross-cultural love set in 1950s. So these three categories are very, very important, but the most important categories are Jason Mate, like fictional category, and the non-fictional category. Jason Mate and Tia Miles. So you can also see here the cover page or the thumbnail, Jason Mott and Tia Miles. Both are very important. And you can also remember all the finalists receive $1,000, a medal and a citation written by a judging panel, and winners will get $10,000 with a bronze sculpture. But this award is very important, National Book Award. So it was established in the year of 1950 when Indian Constitution was passed, but it is not an Indian award. And these are the American Literary Prize administered by the National Book Foundation, a non-profit organization. And every year, this National Book Foundation partner with the New School Creative Writing Program to present reading by each of the National Book Awards finalists. So remember, this award is presented by United States of America non-profit organization, which is known as National Book Foundation. And answer of this question is Jason Mott. In fictional category, in non-fictional category, it is Tia Miles. Moving to next section, it is a very important question section, but first of all, you have to like this video, you have to share this video, and you have to subscribe this section and subscribe this channel now, and join a Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. What is the name of security exercise which was recently conducted by Indian Navy? Again, very important. So it is not conducted with any country, it is conducted by Indian Navy. And answer of this question is Prasthan. Answer of this question is C. So you can also see here the cover page, Western Naval Command, because this exercise is basically done through Western Naval Command, and name of this exercise is Prasthan, and it is conducted in the Western Offshore Development Area, which is situated in Mumbai. Western off coast area, or you can say the coast of the Mumbai. And the drill focused on contingencies such as terrorist intrusion, bomb explosion, major fire, oil spill, and the mass evacuation. So this exercise is conducted by Headquarters Western Naval Command every 6 months. It means it is biannual exercise. Biannual exercise. The exercise was conducted at the Mumbai High North platform of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, located about 94 nautical miles west of the Mumbai. So just remember, it was happened at the coast of Mumbai. Just remember this. And main objective is to ensure offshore security and integrate maritime stakeholders. And the exercise Prasthan encourages coordinated operations and readiness to respond and combat contingencies in the western offshore development area. So just remember the name of the exercise which is conducted by Indian Navy. It is Prasthan. It is just to encourage the coordinated operations and readiness to respond any contingency. And you can also remember Chief of Naval Staff is Karambir Singh. Karambir Singh. And he will retire on 30th of November. And you can also remember about ONGC, because we are talking about ONGC. ONGC Chairman and Managing Director is Subhash Kumar. Subhash Kumar. Also remember this name. Moving to next question. Who is appointed as the chairman of International Cricket Council Men's Cricket Committee? So again, very important question, because Board of Control for Cricket in India, that is BCCI president and former cricketer Saurav Ganguly was appointed as the chairman of International Cricket Council Men's Cricket Committee. Earlier, this committee was headed by Anil Kumble. a former Indian cricketer who stepped down after serving a maximum of 3 continuous time period, like 3 years, like 1 year time period, then the extended time period is again 1 year, then extended time period is 1 year. So this is the maximum time period which can be extended. So now Anil Kumble stepped down and Saurav Ganguly elected as the new chairman of the International Cricket Council Men's Cricket Committee. And you can also remember, if you want to, one another name, because there is another committee. This is Men's Cricket Committee. Women's Cricket Committee is also there. Women's Cricket Committee, which is known as ICC Women's Cricket Committee. ICC Women's Cricket Committee. And who will become the chairman of this committee or CEO of this committee? It is Johnny Grave. You can also remember Johnny Grave, the CEO of Cricket of West Indies, has been appointed as the ICC Women Cricket Committee's head. So you have to just remember this. And remember, ICC chairman is Greg Barclay, and who is the temporary CEO? Temporary CEO is Geoff Allardyce. Allardyce or Allardyce. And headquarters is in Dubai, and International Cricket Council was established in the year of 1909. Moving to next question, you can also see here Saurav Ganguly has been appointed as the chairman of the ICC Men's Cricket Committee. Very important question. Next, which state signed MOU with the Save Life Foundation to improve road safety in the state? Again, very important because it is concerned with the life of any person, because we are talking about the road safety, and answer of this question is Odisha. D is the answer. So Odisha government signed a memorandum of understanding with Delhi-based NGO, which is known as Save Life Foundation, to improve road safety in the state. So what can be the main focus? The main focus is to improve road safety and emergency medical care and reduce accidental deaths on roads significantly in the next 3 years. It means the agreement is for the time period of 3 years. So you can see here Odisha signs MOU with the Safe Life Foundation to improve road safety. So very simple question. So it is for 3 years, and this foundation is very important. Safe Life Foundation will identify 100 accident prone areas and recommend measures to bring down the accidents. So first they will identify the accident prone areas. First they have to target the 100 accidental prone area, and then recommend the measures to bring down these accidents, because the main target is to reduce accidental deaths on the road significantly in the next 3 years, because target is just for the 3 years. And you can also remember about Odisha. Odisha's chief minister is Naveen Patnaik ji, and governor is Ganeshi Lal. And you can also remember very important biosphere reserve is there, that is Simlipal. Simlipal Biosphere Reserve is in Odisha, and also one national park, that is Bhitarkanika. Bhitarkanika National Park is in Odisha. Remember this. Moving to next question. Google has announced which edition of its Google for India event 2021. Again, a very simple question. You can just remember this question as same as in slide. And this is the 7th edition of Google event. So answer of this question is B. So you can see here 7th edition of Google's India event held, and this was held virtually basically. And this event emphasized making the internet safer for 1 billion Indians and empowering the countries to become a leading digital economy. And these are the main events which were organized under the Google India event. And first is sport vaccination booking on CoWIN platform. This was launched by the central government, and Google announced its sport of voice assisted booking for vaccinations on the CoWIN platform with the help of the Google Assistant. So the main which is added by Google, it is voice assistant under the CoWIN platform. Next, Google search in the local languages. So Google search has now enabled to show results in more Indian local languages, especially when a user searches in their language instead of showing result in English on the top. And Google Pay with My Shop and English feature, Hindi and English hyperlanguage. And Google has added the My Shop feature on the Google Pay, and the tool will be available to merchants using Google Pay for business app to help them digitize their journey. And Mitra program in partnership with Arman. So you can also remember that Google partnered with the non-profit organization Arman for Mitra program in partnership to help benefit women who are pregnant and very often lack access to the basic healthcare facilities. And with the help of artificial intelligence, the program can pinpoint who is more at risk and make sure they access the service better and nearby. So this is Mitra program in partnership with the Arman. So these are the basically main events which were organized by the Google event in India. So this is the 7th edition, and remember about Google, Sundar Pichai is currently the head, and headquarters is in California, United States of America. But this is not basically on the point of question that we are covering. This is just information that Google started these kind of things for India. So just remember. Moving to next question, which non-banking financial company has partnered with the National Payment Corporation of India to launch credit cards on the RuPay platform? Because RuPay platform belongs to National Payment Corporation of India. If any bank or any NBFC want to use RuPay platform, then they have to tie up with the National Payment Corporation of India. And answer of this question is Bank of Baroda Financial Solutions. So C is the answer. So Bank of Baroda Financial Solution, a non-banking financial company which is fully owned by Bank of Baroda, and has partnered with the National Payment Corporation of India to launch Bank of Baroda credit cards, even two variants. One is easy variant, second is the premium variant on the RuPay platform. And the cards had various benefits such as 5x reward points on the select merchant categories, fuel surcharge waiver, pre and post purchase EMI offers, up to 3 complimentary add-on credit cards for family members enabled by both NPCI and this Bank of Baroda Financial Solution. Even some accidental insurance is also covered under this credit card. But you have to just remember the question, and this this NBFC is Bank of Baroda Financial Solution, and it is for Bank of Baroda credit cards. And these credit cards have low joining and annual fees and spend-based waivers. So just remember this. And you can also see your Bank of Baroda credit cards on the RuPay platform. Moving to next question. Ministry of Defence signed a contract with which company for the procurement of 2 simulators for Jaguar aircraft? So Ministry of Defence recently signed this agreement with the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Answer of this question is B. And it is for the procurement of 2 simulators for the Jaguar aircraft, and total cost of 2 simulators will be 357 crore. So this is a huge amount which will be paid by Ministry of Defence to the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. And the simulator will be installed at Air Force Station in the Jamnagar, and Gorakhpur. Gorakhpur is in UP. And the simulators will help the Indian Air Force in enhancing the quality of its flying training to higher standards by exposing the pilots to various contingency in the entire operating envelope. So these simulators will definitely help to enhance the capability and also to enhance the capacity building of the Ministry of Defence. So very important. And you can also remember about Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. It was established in 1964, headquarters in Bengaluru, and chairman and managing director is R. Madhavan. Very important organization, especially for Ministry of Defence. Very important. Next is India participated in 21st IORA. What is the meaning of IORA? It is Indian Ocean Region or Rim Association. So remember, Indian Ocean Rim Association. So this is very important and a very important organization, and this is the 21st IORA platform under which India participated virtually. And you can also see here from Indian side, it is led by Minister of State for External Affairs, Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh. So just remember who participated from Indian side or who led the delegation, who represented India under this Indian Ocean Rim Association. And this is External Affairs Minister of State, Dr. Ranjan Kumar Singh. And he highlighted India's contribution toward disaster risk management in the Indian Ocean Rim Association priority areas. And even you can also remember that this IORA is a very important platform, especially for India and the Indian Ocean region countries, because the main objective is to promote peace, security, and prosperity in the Indian Ocean region and the Indo-Pacific region. So both are very important for India, Indo-Pacific region and Indian Ocean region, because China's dominance is now increasing in the Indian Ocean region. So to tackle this dominance, we are basically making so many groups, like Quad group we made, so that we can tackle the China's dominance in the Indian Ocean region and the Indian Pacific region. And the United Arab Emirates, remember UAE, United Arab Emirates chaired Indian Ocean Rim Association from November 2019 to November 2021. It means the chairmanship from the 2019 to 2021 lies with UAE. But now on from 2021 to 2023, this chairmanship goes to Bangladesh. So again, it is very important. And Ambassador Salman Al Farisi was selected as the next Secretary General of Indian Ocean Rim Association, and the Russian Federation became a new dialogue partner of Indian Ocean Rim Association. Both are very, very important. And you can also remember Bangladesh will be now the chairman, or you can say Bangladesh country will host from 2021 to 23 events. And this Indian Ocean Rim Association has total 23 members, 23 member states, 9 dialogue partners, which are rich in cultural diversity, language, religion, tradition, arts, and the cuisine. And this IURA headquarter is in Mauritius. So you can also remember ambassador is now Salman Al Farisi, and he was also selected as the next Secretary General of this organization. And this organization was established in 1997. So I'm again repeating the takeaway points. From Indian side, it was represented by Ministry of External Affairs, Dr. Rajan Kumar Ranjan Singh. And this organization was established in the year of 1997. Its headquarters is in Mauritius. And who will be the Secretary General? New Secretary General will be Salman Al Farisi, who is currently the ambassador of this organization. And United Arab Emirates was the president of this organization from 2019 to 2021. But from 2021 to 23, it means from now on, Bangladesh will be the head of this organization. And total member countries are 23, 9 dialogue partners are there. So these are the takeaway points. Moving to next question, and it is from picture World Toilet Day, and it is observed on 19th of November, and the theme is valuing toilets. And it is to create awareness about the importance of sanitation for all. And the day also highlight the importance of sanitation and hygiene in driving improvements in public health, gender equality, education and economic development, and environmental protection. And remember the theme, valuing toilets. And its main aim is to tackle the global sanitation crisis and achieve Sustainable Development Goal, SDG number 6. SDG goal number 6 stands for water and sanitation for all by 2030. Very important. Next, we are moving to important question. First of all, you have to like this video, share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you are new on this platform, and join a Telegram group from the description box link. Here is the question. Network International signed a memorandum of understanding with NIPL. What is the meaning of NIPL? It is National Payment Corporation of India, International Payment Scheme, or International Payment Limited, which is international arm of the National Payment Corporation of India, to facilitate UPI transactions in which country? So India recently started the UPI transaction in the UAE. So United Arab Emirates will be the answer. So Network International is basically a digital commerce company based in Dubai. So that's why they will start UPI transaction in the UAE with the help of this NIPL. NIPL stands for National Payment Corporation of India, NPCI, International Payment Limited. So in 2021, Network International also announced its acceptance of Indian payment scheme or system, which is known as RuPay platform, to enhance the range of payment scheme acceptance and business for the merchants in the United Arab Emirates. In simple word, you can say that UAE now can accept the RuPay platform, also accept the UPI transactions. So the agreement will benefit Indians who are visiting UAE or who are living in UAE by allowing seamless payment through the UPI applications. And you can also remember this NPCI International Payment Limited, NIPL. It was founded in 2020. Last year it was founded, and its CEO is Ritesh Shukla. Ritesh Shukla. Don't confuse it with NPCI. NPCI was established in 2008, and its head is Dilip Asbe. Dilip Asbe. So don't confuse. Both are different organization, but NIPL is a subsidiary of NPCI. So just remember. So you can also see here, now you can do the UPI transaction in the United Arab Emirates. If you are visiting Dubai, then you can do these transactions. Which country successfully test fires Zircon hypersonic super missile or cruise missile and anti-satellite missile? And you can also remember the name of the anti-satellite missile. But first of all, you have to remember the name of the country. Name is Russia. So you can see here, Russia successfully test fire hypersonic Zircon missile. So Russia destroyed its own satellite in the low Earth orbital using an anti-satellite missile named as Nudol. So this is the anti-satellite missile because Russia tested two missiles. One is the super cruise missile. Name of this missile is Zircon. And next is anti-satellite missile. Anti-satellite missile name is Nudol. Just remember this. This is very important. Very important. And it led to the formation of a cloud of space debris that could potentially destroy other orbiting satellites and the International Space Station. So very important. And this is Russia's first successful intercept of satellite. So Russia destroyed one satellite for testing this anti-satellite missile, and name of this missile is Nudol. And it led to the formation of cloud of space debris that could potentially destroy other orbiting satellites and the International Space Station. So it is very risky for the other satellites and the International Space Station, but Russia tested this. And in February 2021, Russia also launched Artika M. This was very important question. The first satellite to monitor climate change in the Arctic region. This is Arctica basically. Arctic, by the name Arctic, it remembers the name of Arctica. Otherwise, you can remember Arctica. Otherwise, name is Arctica. So, Russia successfully conducted similar test of Zircon missile recently from the nuclear submarine in the Barents Sea. So, just remember, name of the hypersonic missile is Zircon and name of the anti-satellite missile is Nudol. Next is Indian Air Force inducts for the Dubai Air Show 2021. Not very important question. It is just information for you that biennial Dubai Air Show that was held from 14th to 18th of November 2021 was held at International Airport, which is known as Al Maktoum Airport of Dubai, saw the participation of Indian Air Force contingent. So not important, just information for you. Next is one-liner important point. Here is the first point. Women Entrepreneurship Day 2021 observed on 9th of November. It is to celebrate, empower and support the women entrepreneurs in business across the world. And the inaugural event was held in the New York City in United States of America as well as in United Nations headquarters. Next is RBI released a report of the working group on digital lending, and RBI withdraws over 100 redundant circulars. So this is important, and you can remember that this committee was established with the head of Jayant Kumar Dash. Jayant Kumar Dash, who was recently appointed as the executive director of the RBI, and he was the chairman to study all the aspects of the digital lending activities in the regulated financial sector as well as the unregulated players. And the working group has now submitted its report, and total 1100 leading and lending applications are currently on Android platform and other platforms. And out of 1100, 600 loan applications are found to be illegal in nature. So that's why RBI withdraws over 100 redundant circulars. So again, you have to just remember, digital lending working group was established under the chairmanship of Jayant Kumar Dash. Next, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank has approved $150 million loan for implementing SUSP. What is the meaning of this? Sustainable Urban Services Program in Chennai metropolitan area, and the loan amount will be used for the implementation of this program for the Chennai metropolitan area. And this loan is given to the government of India, but you can remember about Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. It was established in the year of 2016. Its headquarters is in Beijing. Total member countries are 104, and its president is Jin Lucan. Jin Lucan. Next is International Men's Day 2021, observed on 19th of November, and you can also see here it is International Men's Day, and the theme is better relation between men and women, and it is to celebrate men and their contribution to the household, community and the society, and the day aims to address the issue relevant to the men and boys in a gender inclusive way and to focus on the health and well-being of the men, and theme is better relation between men and women. Next is South Africa cricketer AB de Villiers, one of my favorite cricketer, announced retirement from all forms of cricket. So the full name of AB de Villiers, not so many students know this. AB stands for Abraham Benjamin. Abraham Benjamin. So Abraham Benjamin de Villiers announced retirement from all form of cricket on 19th of November 2021, and he hails from Pretoria in South Africa. And even he was like tremendous player. He was also known as 360-degree player, and he was nominated as Sir Garfield Sobers Award for Male Cricketer of the Decade as well as the Men ODIs Cricketer of the Decade. So very important player and one of my favorite, personally my favorite player. 19 November celebrated as the National Integration Day in India. So National Integration Day is also known as Qaumi Ekta Divas. Qaumi Ekta Divas is celebrated every year on 19th of November to commemorate the birthday of India's first woman Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. So the year 2021 marks the 104th birth anniversary of Indira Gandhi, and National Integration Day was also created in honor her as a way to encourage all the Indians to integrate readiness to race and religion. So very important. So moving to next question, it is the question of the day, 19th of November 2021 question. The International Development Agency is an arm of. So IDA, International Development Agency, is a part of the World Bank. Answer of this question is B, that helps the world's poorest countries. And this organization was established in 1960, and the main international development agency aimed to reduce poverty by providing zero to low interest loans or credits and grants for programs that boost economic growth, reduce inequalities, and improve people's living conditions. So just to reduce the poverty, this organization was established. So this is by World Bank. So now we are moving to the question of the day. Very simple question. Committee on decontrolling the prices of petrol and diesel was headed by. So this committee was headed by whom? So answer of this question is very simple, because recently the prices of petrol and diesel was reduced. So you have to just tell me that committee of decontrolling these prices of petrol and diesel was headed by whom. I am waiting your answer, but please like this video. Please share this video as maximum as possible, and please subscribe this channel if you're new on this platform. Join a Telegram group from the description box link and press this bell button so that you can receive the notification on time. It is a Affairs Cloud promise that it will boost your confidence in the general awareness section. Definitely don't take life so much serious. Life is fun. Always be happy. Thank you guys. Take care and bye-bye.